Today, I have some secrets to share with you. I'm not actually sure what we should call this segment because I just made this up. Signature secrets? No. Whispering. Why am I even whispering? I don't even know why I'm whispering. But today we're going to give you some insight into some industry insights. There we go. That's the name of the segment. So today we're going to talk about 5 ways to reach a larger audience as a musician or artist. All right. First up is get your music on streaming services. Now you might be asking, why is this first? Why is this the least important out of the 5 things? Well, if you just throw your music on streaming services, no one's going to know it's there, and pretty much nobody's going to find it. I mean, there's thousands, hundreds of thousands of new songs released every day. So your release isn't really going to go anywhere if you just throw it up and don't do anything else. But it's an important first step in the process. So it's something you have to do, but just throwing it on there is not going to do anything. So we're talking Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play Music, Amazon Music, YouTube, Bandcamp, SoundCloud, any of those sites. You want to be on all of them. So use something like DistroKid that automatically releases to all of those services. Now let's talk about the next steps that will encourage people to go find your music on streaming services. Next up is podcasts. Now you're probably like, wait, podcast? You want me to start a podcast? No, I do not want you to start a podcast. I mean, you can if you want, but you don't need to start a podcast. What you need to do is find a podcast, a friend's podcast, one that you listen to regularly. I mean, anything. Just find a podcast with bad intro, outro, theme music, or maybe one that doesn't have any music at all, and offer one of your songs or offer to custom write a song for their podcast. This way, when people listen to that podcast, let's say the podcast has 50 people listening to it. Well, if 2 of those people Shazam your song or find out what your song is through listening to that podcast and then find you as an artist, and they tell 2 other people, you've just reached 6 new people. And from there, it can grow like the branches on a tree exponentially. And that's what we're trying to do here with each step, is grow your audience. Okay, next up, and this is a fun one, playing shows. This is a very important step. You don't just want to release music without playing shows. Some people do. I mean, very, very, very few artists do it. Artists like Burial and, that just kind of hid and never did anything but release music. That's not what we're trying to do here. We want to play shows. So at first, you're going to start out playing locally, shows to maybe sometimes 10, 15 people, maybe 50 to 100 people. But you're not only going to connect with fans, you're going to connect with other musicians, which we'll get to that later. From there, you can go playing regional shows. You can drive a few hours to the next town to play another show. And from there, maybe you'll go on tour, or you'll start playing bigger shows. So let's say you play a show to 50 people. If you reach 2 people in the audience that like you, once again, if they go out and tell 2 people each, 6 new people. If you reach 10 people in the audience and they all go tell, you get the idea. Now, if you aren't prepared and you don't play a good show, this can negatively impact your image as an artist. You need to have your live show dialed in and prepared. Start out maybe just playing a show to 5 friends in your living room and get some constructive criticism from them and find out what you need to do to make your show better. And keep an eye out for future videos. I might just do a video on how to prepare for live shows. All right, only 2 left. What could it be? Social media. Yes, social media. You need to be active on social media to keep reaching a larger audience and also to stay relevant as an artist. Now, if you don't like social media, have a friend do it for you. You can have them do it for free at first, and then once you start making money, you can pay them to do it. Now, I could go on for hours and hours about social media and how it can help you as an artist, but today we're just going to cover some basics that can help you to grow your audience. You can start out by putting your music behind some pictures, or even just a black square on Instagram, put your music behind it. You can go a step further and you can make some videos, go to a local park and film some flowers, put that together, and then put your music behind it. You can go a step further and hire a videographer to make you a music video. Now, if you have a very professional looking music video, you can then use this as an advertisement on social media. Plus, you'll look more professional as an artist, which helps you to reach a larger audience. Use any platform you can: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, any social media outlet. Now, if you make a video, if your song is on a video that goes viral, boom, you've just exploded and your career has just begun. This is the goal. You get the idea. Just be active on social media. Make posts, create stories, do the thing. Okay, and last but not least, where's my drum roll? Drummer. Collaboration. Collaboration is one of the most important things you can do to grow as an artist. We're not just talking about your fan base here. I mean, it can help you improve your skills, learn new things. But today we'll focus on growing your audience. We'll start with collaborating with other musicians. If you want to get featured on someone else's track, or if you're going to be a guest vocalist on a band's track, or maybe you're going to add a synth line to another electronic artist's track, or maybe you're going to do drums for another electronic artist's track. If your name is on that song and that song reaches 100 people, then 5 of those people search for you and find your music and start listening to it. And then those 5 people tell 5 other people. You get the idea. You've just reached an exponentially larger audience. Now, you don't just have to collaborate with other musicians. You can collaborate with artists, visual artists, videographers. You can collaborate with any other creative. You can do NFTs. If you don't know what that is, look it up. You can get your music on indie films. The list goes on and on. Collaborate, collaborate, collaborate. It's like branches growing on a tree. The more you collaborate, the more people you reach. So if you collaborate with this artist here, those branches grow. And then from each one of those grows. Then over here, you collaborate with a director on an indie film. Well, you've just reached a group of people over here, and each one of those people you're going to grow from. So you get the idea. You get what we're trying to do here. Go out, do your thing, spend the next 3 to 6 months doing this, and let's see where you're at after that. All right, guys, that is it for today. Keep your eye out for new videos coming soon, and I will see you next time.